name and tell me where you are right now.
So I'm Nicole Corbet, and I'm currently in Abington, Massachusetts.
Okay, so what do you do?
I currently teach physics and environmental science to 12th graders at the high school. Yeah, 11th graders as well. And on the side, I'm managing a project on monitoring nutrients in estuary and coastal waters in Mashpee.
That's really interesting. Did you go to college in Massachusetts?
I did. I went to Stonehill College, which is not too far from here. It's mine. I studied environmental science and biology, and then I have a master's degree from UMass Boston in environmental science.
So you really like environmental science a lot.
I do.
Yeah, and teaching physics, that's a challenge in high school. And right now, with everybody sequestering because of the COVID-19 virus going along, are you teaching remotely or getting ready to do that?
As of right now, the district isn't ready to go remote, and we have an online learning platform that's kind of like a Blackboard called Canvas, where I've been uploading a lot of optional assignments, and I have a town-wide scavenger hunt going where you can go for a walk so you can find certain species, tell me what street they're on, and ID them. So I've been trying to get people involved in different activities, but it's hard because if things aren't graded, a lot of students don't want to do them.
Yeah, it's a challenge for everybody globally. So we appreciate that you're reaching out to the kids and doing those kinds of things right now. Your favorite thing about environmental science, what would that be?
I love all aspects of marine science. I grew up I spent a lot of time in the water and on the beach, so I gained a big appreciation for it just being there. And I think one of the biggest things that kind of motivates me in that field is that the beach that I've gone to since I was born pretty much is facing a lot of environmental problems right now between sea level rise, overdevelopment in the area, which is ruining the water. And so that's always been really interesting to me, is just kind of understanding how organisms are affected by people, and then just really looking at the marine science aspects down there, how complicated this has been.
Yeah, I don't think people really understand what environmental science is. If you know your audience here is going to be kids in grade school, how would you explain to them what environmental science actually is?
I'd say environmental science is the world kind of outside your home, and then how you interact with that world and how you live in balance with that world outside your immediate household.
So if you're an environmental scientist, what do you do?
I can do a whole bunch of different things. You can be that person who goes out into the field and studies various organisms and studies species. You can be the one who's doing things like testing water or testing soil. You can be that person who's educating kids about different things in environmental science. That was one of the big things I did when I was at the aquarium, is I was the educator at the aquarium who talked to people about everything that was in every single tank. You can be those people. You can be someone who works for an organization that advocates for environmental change or changes in policies and laws. So you can, it's a huge field, and there's so many different aspects of it. So it's really hard to say, oh, you're one environmental scientist, you do one thing. No, you can be a million different things as part of the field.
You're teaching grade school kids in the upper grades. And so in the States we say high school. And in different parts of the world they'll say year 10 through 12 or something like that. Do you have something in particular that you love to teach those kids that they really get excited about?
So I taught at a summer camp, and I still teach at this summer camp. Hopefully it runs this year. So I taught a marine science class throughout college, and then later one of the activities we did was we went out fishing to the local pond that was on the campus, and we did a catch and release type of program. So I've been teaching that class for the last 8 years. But one of my favorite things that I like to teach kids is about animals that live on the coast. So horseshoe crabs, they're so funky and unique and cool, and a lot of people don't know what they are. That's I think one of my favorite organisms that live on the coast. Another thing I like teaching kids about, which I teach at summer camp on the rainy days, is I'm part of the turtle rescue program up here for the Massachusetts Audubon. And we we go out to the beach in November, December when it's really cold out, and we grab the stranded turtles and take them back to the Audubon. And then basically the veterinarians at the Audubon check them out, transport them all the way to Boston, which is about an 80-mile drive, and then take them into the aquarium where they're rehabilitated and then released down in Florida in the United States. So I teach kids a lot about those, the turtle rescue, and then the mola rescue, which was a big one this year. We were rescuing a lot of mola, which are giant ocean sunfish, which are pretty helpless when it gets really cold out.
I grew up in Massachusetts. The ecology there is pretty spectacular, but the weather there is pretty chilly.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unique because it's just such a divide between the mid-Atlantic and states. So the warmer water and the really cold water of Canada, and you have that boundary there, and it creates definitely a very unique situation ecologically.
And as you said, horseshoe crabs. Now, there's horseshoe crabs down here, and they are dinosaurs. And I collect all their molts, so we get a whole bunch of them here, that's great. Yeah. So, and being able to talk about that, I think, will be a lot of fun, because kids like dinosaurs, but they don't realize all the time that we still have dinosaurs around, and they really are such an ancient species. So, my favorite question: is there anything that you have done in your career that stands out as an aha moment, or I didn't see that coming, or something just really unexpected and exciting?
When I was in grad school, I choose my own internship. So when I was in college, I did the internship at the aquarium, and that was very interesting to me because I loved working with the animals, and then I had to learn how to interact with some of the people there, which was a skill I wasn't great with. But when I was down the Cape that year, we had the worst winter on record up here. We had 120 inches of snow. And I had to commute it took 2 hours for me to get to my house to the Cape, which it should take about an hour. But it was definitely a different world. Everyone thinks Cape Cod up here is a big summer resorty Kennedy type of destination, and it's a completely different world in the winter. I think some of the biggest aha moment, though, there was just how much I really enjoyed working on the coast and working near the ocean. Working at the aquarium, you're on the ocean, but you're also inside. So it's like an inside ocean, but I really enjoyed doing the outside field work there. And then I enjoyed running the education programs down there because I got to take kids of all different grades, organize a program for them daily, and then run it. And then take them out, and then take them to the coast, and take them to test stuff.
I think that a lot of people appreciate the fact that when you're with somebody out in the field that can teach you something, and we all get excited about what we do. We're in the middle of the reason we went to school in the first place, which is to not necessarily sit behind our computer, but to get out and do some things, especially those of us that like to be field biologists. It's easier to get people excited, and the most exciting thing about this program that we're doing for Ask a Scientist is that we have a whole group of people that are showing everybody how fun and exciting science can be while you're collecting information about what we do.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Nicole, thanks a bunch for this.